Lions TV back for the season by Ladbrokes. This is a post-match analysis video for Saturday night's 2-0 defeat away at Middlesbrough, which ultimately ended our playoff dream. It's gone out late, obviously the game is televised. I stayed up and I was working up that way, so I didn't get home from Newcastle until late last night. And I just wanted to go into a fresh week. There's a lot I want to say in this video, and it's not just going to be a post-match analysis. It's going to be about the goalkeeper after I've done the post-match, and also a little channel update. So yeah, it may be long, it may be boring for you, I'm sorry, but there's not going to be a lot of overlay. I just feel the time is right now to say a few things I want to say, and with the channel going forward, what could be happening. So yeah, listen, we lost the game by 2-0. Before I get into anything, also I just want to say that what should always be remembered is I am just a fan. I go to the games like everyone else, I get frustrated like everyone else, I pay my money like everyone else. I sometimes say things in the heat of the moment when I'm angry and I'm frustrated. But my views are my views, and I think that people should respect more that I won't water it down and I won't change it like some other pricks that do fan channels and say what they think the club want them to say for the sake of keeping a few people happy in a few relationships. There's nothing I can do for the club, and there's nothing that the club can do for me. So I'm not interested in keeping the club happy, and I doubt they care very much anyway. My opinions are strong opinions. I think they're warranted opinions, and I'll get into that shortly. But I will not water it down, and I will not say things just for the sake of trying to keep people happy. I also don't say things for the sake of views, because no disrespect to our club, it's a Millwall fan channel. It's never going to be astronomical figures. I say what I say because that's honestly what I think. It's been a phenomenal season. I'm sitting here one happy Millwall fan, and I hope, well, I'm sure I've seen a lot of positive feedback for the club on social media last night, this morning, all over the weekend. We've had a fantastic season. We've come a long way from the dark days of Holloway and Lomas, and we are moving forward as a club, and it is superb. What we've almost done this year is almost overachieved to the point where I've been greedy. Maybe, you know, we shouldn't have gone into that game even dreaming of the playoffs. We shouldn't be anywhere near the playoffs, and that's not any disrespect to the players. That's not any disrespect to anyone. Pre-season, you know, let's make no mistake, we come up from League One and I didn't think we was going to. We snuck into the playoffs on the last day, and I don't think we was anywhere near the standard we was going to be this season. So I wasn't taking anything away from any of the players or the manager when I said we had no right to go into that game near the top six. That was actually praise, me saying that, you know, we've overachieved. You know, and again, some people said, have we overachieved? Are we now that good? Hopefully we are, and long may it continue. But I just want to say again, yeah, it's been a phenomenal season, and I'm over the moon with it. Over the moon with it, although it may not look like it. I'm over the moon with the way things are gone and the way things are progressing with the club, and I'm sure you all are as well. Moving into the game, we just did not get going from the first whistle. We missed George Saville badly. Ryan Tunnicliffe come in. I'm a big fan of Sean Williams, as we know. No disrespect to Sean, but if you had to lose one of the centre midfielders, whether it be Saville, whether it be Williams, for whatever circumstances out of a game, you'd probably drop Williams out, because Williams and Tunnicliffe are very similar players. You know, they're quite defensive midfielders. They sit deep, and Saville bombs on, and we missed Saville badly. You know, Romeo's played and he wasn't fit. He had a late fitness test, and he's had to come off, and just everything just went against us. The first goal, ball comes over the top. Romeo doesn't really deal with it. The guy breaks into the box and he shoots, and I'm not blaming Archer, but I wasn't expecting that to go in at the near post. You know, it's a good finish. You know, it does catch people unaware. It goes through Sean Hutchinson's legs. But, you know, one of the golden rules of goalkeeping, you shouldn't get done at your near post. And it wasn't his fault, the goal. I just wasn't expecting the ball to go in. But it did go in. We're 1-0 down in 10 minutes. And we just, you know, I'm knackered. I've had enough this season, if I'm honest. And the players look like they've had enough. I don't know if it was the occasion got the better of us. You know, 2 back-to-back games on Sky, 5:30 kick-off on a Saturday night. The players look tired. Middlesbrough up for it from the first whistle. Their fans are fantastic, to be fair to them, you know, during the game. A few wallies afterwards on the pitch, but the noise they made, they got the early goal and they just got behind their team. We didn't really register a shot on goal in the whole game. And when the second goal did come, we'd been getting forward, but it was almost like a rugby match where we was knocking the ball further and further, getting into like more progressive areas, but we didn't put anything into the box. We didn't create any chances. For me, bringing Tom Elliott on was a massive mistake. You know, no disrespect to Tom Elliott. I know he tries hard. He just reminds me of Uwe Fuchs. It's just the most clumsiest football I've ever seen, and he's not for me. Him, again, you know, before I move on to, you know, the massacre of players, there's 3 players at the club that I don't rate. You know, Shane Ferguson, Tom Elliott, Jordan Archer. other than that, you know, the rest of the squad, great, love them, good players. You know, I'm not the biggest lover of people like Tony Cliff, but I can see that he's got the ability in him, and he's fine for me as a squad player. But yeah, Tom Elliott shouldn't have come on. Fred, for me, should have come on. We needed a change of plan. We needed to switch up. We needed a different dimension. And I just feel Fred getting the ball and running them with pace, as we saw Traore does for them. It can be unsettling for defenders. Elliott come on. It didn't work out. The second goal comes, and I will go into it. You know, you'll never see a cross go into a box in a football match, and you won't see people challenging for that cross. You'll see defenders jump for it. You'll see attackers jump for it. You know, people will go for the ball. The ball comes into the box. Jake Cooper's running back towards his own goal with a man behind him. He tries to make a connection. He misses it. He doesn't hit the ball out of Jordan Archer's hands. He doesn't touch the ball. The ball doesn't change direction, doesn't change flight. Jordan Archer watches it. It lands in his hands, and he drops the ball. And then, you know, that's a fact. It's nothing to do with Jake Cooper. If you will never see a goalkeeper come for a cross, and he won't have to come through bodies to collect that cross. He's taking his eye off the ball. Cooper doesn't touch it. All right, Cooper goes for it. Crosses come into the box. People go for crosses. You'll see it time and time again. But the keeper takes his eye off the ball. And bang, thanks for coming. Good night, Vienna. It's 2-0 Borough. You know, regardless of that second goal would have gone in or not, we wasn't going to get back into that game. It was a shame. But the players looked like they gassed out. For me, there's almost an aura of disappointment now, because we come from 19th, unbelievable run, and we just didn't make it. I would have rather the season finished, you know, on a win, obviously, as we all would. The game before the Fulham game, we just didn't make it on the last day. Now we've had those back-to-back defeats, shipping 5 goals and without scoring. I get the feeling there's almost a bit of disappointment and, you know, a bit of deflation at the end of the season, which there shouldn't be, because it's been an amazing season. It really has, as I've said it time and time again. We've massively overachieved, and we've showed a few people what we're all about, and long may it continue under Harris. So yeah, the game was lost 2-0. As Tony Thomas said, the better team won on the day. Big club, big crowd, big ground. You know, it was a lot of noise from them, and it was probably the noises I've heard in a long time, to be honest, at an away ground. It's just, you know, okay, so that's the post-match analysis done. Now let's move on to the subject of the goalkeeper, Jordan Archer. I can't believe how bad he is, if I'm honest. I just can't believe it. What I'm seeing and the mistakes he's making, and you know, with the second goal, whether he called for it or whether he didn't call for it, if Cooper has tried to edit, it's because he doesn't trust Archer, because his mistakes over the past 2 seasons have been catastrophic. They've been so bad, it's actually getting to the point now, if Jeremy Beadle jumps out from behind the Docker stand with his cameras at me, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't believe what I'm seeing, and I can't believe what he's getting away with, and I can't believe there's people still backing him. You know, no disrespect to him, I don't know the guy, but he is not up to this standard of football, and I've said it time and time again. This will continue to happen as long as he's in goal. Now, I love the manager, he's done a brilliant job, but it's frustrating because I don't care about winning or losing, I just want us to go out with our best. And someone said, well, we've always had calamity goalkeepers. That's fucking an absolute ridiculous argument. We're here to improve as a club. Harris is doing a fantastic job, but what sort of message is he sending to the other players that can't get games, like Shane Ferguson, like Tom Elliott, you know, like Conor McLaughlin? You know, they're watching players in their positions play phenomenal every week, and they can't get near the team, and that's warranted. If I'm Dave Martin or Tom King, I'll be thinking, what have I got to do to get a game here? I've also seen Kevin Pressman getting the blame. Now, some of the younger viewers may see Kevin Pressman, he's got a derby like myself. Kevin Pressman was a fucking good goalkeeper, don't worry about that. And I'll sound wanky saying this, but I'm going to say it. From the ages of 6 up until 20, 22, 23, I played a very good standard of football as a goalkeeper. I played for the Kent, North Kent, South East England, played in YTS teams, academies. And you get trained by goalkeeping coaches. And whether you've been a goalkeeper coach, you've been a goalkeeper, or you've trained as a goalkeeper coach, if you saw Jordan Archer's footwork, you've only got to show that to someone and they will say it's horrendous. You know, you do basic drills with footwork as goalkeeping, and he can't do basic stuff. Now, that isn't something he's picked up in the last year off of Kevin Pressman. There's a massive underlying issue, and I honestly think there's more. He is that bad. I think there's more to it than football. I honestly think there's something else going on, which I can't even bother to mention, because so I don't want to put too much of a damper on things. I feel for the players because, you know, I see it time and again. I see Saville and Morrison holding court at kick-off when we've just let it go in, and you see Saville saying, he's just got to catch the fucking ball. What is he doing? I mean, you can see Morrison and Saville. There must be, there has to be unrest in the dressing room. There absolutely has to be. And, you know, unfortunately for Harris, what sort of message is it sending to the other players in his team. The players have got no confidence in him. You can see that a mile off. And if it's in his contract that he's got to play, then surely just don't play him and pay the money, because it's cost us more now not getting in the playoffs. And make no mistake, if Jordan Archer wasn't in goal, we would be 4th, 5th in the league easily. Now I see people saying, oh, he made 3 good saves. I could probably tell you 5 good games Jordan Archer's had out of the last 92, which is 2 seasons long. As a goalkeeper, consistency is absolutely everything. Well, David Seaman, I wouldn't dare put Jordan Archer in his bracket. Phenomenal goalkeeper, brilliant for his club and country. What do you remember about David Seaman? You remember Naeem scoring against him from the halfway line, and you remember Ronaldinho lobbing him in the World Cup for Brazil. A goalkeeper and a professional footballer, they're in the limelight. They have to deal with media, fan media. You know, it's the name of the game. They've got to be strong, and they've got to be ready for that sort of criticism, especially as a goalkeeper. Your mistakes are highlighted so much more, and that is why goalkeeping needs to be in your top 3 players in the team. And I'm sorry to say it again and again, Jordan Archer will end up playing for Dartford or something. He will end up in a conference. He's that bad, and I'll stand by that. And people thought I was mad. Now maybe some people are, you know, getting round towards my way of thinking. I don't want to dig Jordan Archer out. I don't want him anywhere near the club. I'm bored of putting these videos out, and I'll get onto that shortly. But it's not just the players I feel sorry for. It's the people that travel. The same people, I see you all, you know you are, week in, week out, at away games. If you've, for me, fair enough, I get paid a little bit of money for the channel, which covers me for the season, and I was working out that way, so that's fine. Now, for people I know who may have took their daughter or their son to a game to Middlesbrough, it's probably cost them $180 to get a coach up there because there's no trains back. It's probably cost them a good £1.5 plus match tickets. They probably spent a good £250, £300 on a day out there in Middlesbrough. And they're the fans I feel sorry for, because they're spending their hard-earned wages to watch the same player make the same mistakes week in, week fucking out. And it must be so frustrating. It's frustrating for me, but at the minute it's actually ruining Millwall for me. I'm thinking to myself, I can't keep watching the same player make the same mistakes. And next season, if he starts in goal, I won't be going to any away games, because I just can't face the journeys up north. If we lose 5-0, you know, I can live with that if we lose 5-0 every week, but I cannot live watching this goalkeeper make horrendous mistakes over and over and over again. He has got to go. There is just no other, and Harris is no mug. I know he can see it. Of course he can see it. It's the elephant in the room. We can all see it. And I don't even think it's about loyalty anymore for the manager. I don't even think it's about loyalty. I think it's something to do with his contract. Something's not right. Something is not right. Any other player would have been dropped by now. And it's never going to improve. That is the standard of goalkeeping you're always going to get from Archer. And I'm going to leave that one there now. I've had enough of talking about it. That's it for the season. No more mentions of Jordan Archer. So yeah, moving on to the channel. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why. I don't know whether it's because I've been ill. People keep asking me. I perforate my bowel, and I've been told to not work and rest. And I've actually got a colostomy bag at the minute. I'm very weak, and I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing a lot of the time. But I love the club, I love the channel, I wanted to keep pushing the channel, and obviously with this late surge to the plus, just wanted to see it over the line. And I've done that now. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, I've not been enjoying the channel. I've still been enjoying going Millwall, but the channel I've not been enjoying for the last 2 or 3 months. You may have seen me miss an occasional video, whereas before I was regimented. I couldn't wait to get home from the games, and I couldn't wait to do the videos. And for the last 2 or 3 months, I don't know why, I can't put my finger out. I don't know if it's illness. You know, it's not the goalkeeper for everyone says that. That's not the reason. I've just got to the point, I'm just not enjoying it as much as I was. I think when I first started it, you know, the element of surprise, I put out Lions Lounge, etc., and people go, fucking, this is brilliant, where's this come from? Now it's sort of got, there's a lot of content, and it's okay, it's fan TV, it's good enough. But I want to raise the bar again, and I just think, you know, next season going forward, I'm considering making a few changes. It'll still be Millwall, don't worry about that, but I'm thinking maybe, you know, a few more short films and documentaries, a lot more Lions Lounges, but in depth. I'm also looking to do some European away days, and maybe I'll take a little step back, and there won't be as much content. It may be a little bit more about quality than quantity next year, should we say? I don't know. You sometimes got to be careful what you wish for, because I do miss the days of just walking in that back gate, no one knowing who the fuck I was, going to the game and walking out, you know, and just having my opinions and keeping my opinions between me and me mates. I do miss those days at times. You know, to be honest, I think Mini-Me's got the arse of it a bit, constant attention, which he's saying I've got to look at as a father, not just someone who's doing a fan channel. But yeah, it's a tough one. I can't put my finger on why I've not been enjoying it, but I've not been enjoying it as much. And last year I carried it on through the summer, and I don't know if I'll do that this year. I think I need a little bit of time to myself, a little bit of time away from it to get that hunger back to want to push it again next season. Look, make no mistake, Lions TV will be there next season. That's 100%. It'll be there next season without doubt. But just in what capacity, and I don't know. I'll still do the pre and post match shows, but as I say, there might be a little bit less centred around games and a little bit more focused on the history of the club, the ex-players from the club, and the passion around football and away days and stuff like that in general, and other clubs, foreign supporters and things like that. So I don't know. But yeah, that's just a little thing from my own personal thing that I've been thinking about, and just thought I'd share it with you. Fuck me, it's all doom and gloom, isn't it? But yeah, no, I'll be back for a pre-match prediction for Aston Villa at some point this week. It's been a brilliant season. Let's not end it on a low. Hats off to the players. Hats off to the manager, Sean Hutchinson. What a man, player of the year. It had to be him. Absolutely phenomenal. Well done to him. Well done to Jake Cooper on the young player of the year. And I'll see you later in the week, excuse me, for a pre-match prediction. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.